The hell time is it? Really, cat? Good God. Having a problem. Hey, get off of me. Get off of me. Running late. You're going to come in here and you're going to show your butt to everybody. And I'm trying to get this going. Hey, guys, how's it going? Yeah, I'm running late. I just got home and got the horses fed, just turned them out. Tried to get on here with Be Live, and guess what? It wouldn't let me do nothing. Yeah, that's right, Carolyn. Already the cat. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Tex. Carolyn. I got, hold on here a second, folks. I got a, cat. I got to do this. I got to go here. Hold on one second. Okay, there. And I got to, You guys ever tried to work over a cat when you're on the damn computer? It's a pain in the derriere. Good day, Brett. How's it going, mate? Australian Beer Day. Oh, Australian Day here. Beer, babies, barbecue, and national spirit. Hell, you can't beat that. Can't beat that at all. All right, so let's start all over. We got Tex, we got Jimmy, we got Carolyn, Jerry C. Hey, Jesse, how you doing? Red alert, red alert, red alert. Okay. Well, tell me what the red alert is, Jesse. Sean Bold, how are you? Carol Davis, Linda Rhodes, how are you guys doing? Michael Grooms, how are you? Good afternoon. Where are you at, Michael Grooms, if it's afternoon? Because it's 7:52 in the evening here. Jeremy watching. William Finnerty, what do you know? What do you mean, Jeremy watching? Hey, Faye, Jody, GMPA. I don't know what GMPA is. Hey, Karen. Let's see who else. Deanne, how you doing? Ronnie Brogdon. How you doing, mate? Thanks for joining us. Hi from PA. Hey, Harry, how are you? Thanks for the phone call, Harry. Harry called me after the last show Wednesday and said our last couple of minutes of the show was cut off. I don't know why. I wonder why the hell that happened. Anybody else have that problem? If you do, let me know. All right. So, yeah, I just got home. Been out working cattle all day. So I just got home, and it's been fun. When I left to go to work this morning, it was 12 degrees. Boy, that'll do the body good, crawling a horse. Yeah, even though Mick was a little tight this morning. He didn't like that trailer ride out there. I am watching you. Jeremy is supposed to call. Okay, William. Thanks. Hey, Eric, how you doing? But anyway, Denise, love the cat. That's Ghost. And she's a pain in the derriere, but you know what? I love her anyway. But she's a pain. But anyway, we stole her from the last place we was at. She was a barn cat. And we got packed up, ready to leave. I told Donna Joe, hold on a second. I grabbed her, threw her in the car, and said, now go. So she's been with us ever since. So, hey, Danny, how you doing? But anyway, so we're up and going. Like I said, we just got home. Let me take off my coat, my hat, and my spurs, and we'll say the pledge, and we'll get this. We'll light this rocket and get it going, because I got something I want to talk about. I said yesterday during my Spreaker thing I was going to talk about this. So I want to talk about this. Jesse. Equals two different stuff. One is nuclear bomb Political war leads to red alert. Red alert's joke or t-shirts while marching with Republican mind. Okay. All right. So, okay. So here we go. Give me a second. Ghost your pain. Give me a second here, guys. Oh. Okay. Spurs are off, coat's off. Let's take the vest off. And then we're going to say the pledge. Can't lose that. I love those paychecks for the day. All right. Might as well take this off too. I don't need it back on anymore. Okay, here's the flag. Let's get her done. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. All right. Well, I didn't hear much today because I've been out working cattle. But I did hear a couple of things. And like I said, I just got home. I ain't looked nothing up. I ain't looked a damn thing up. I better move these. She might not want to sit on these. What do y'all think? You think she'd get the row at me? But anyway, so I didn't get to see a lot of things or hear about a lot of things because where I'm at, I don't have no internet at all. None. Matter of fact, we have no internet on our phones when we're not around wireless. So the cool thing is we don't have to worry about it. But the funny part about it is when we get home around wireless anywhere that we're signed into, it's just like a circus, man. The phones go off, all sorts of stuff. I mean, it's actually pretty damn cool. You know, I just got to make sure the volume's turned off because this thing, like ding, 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 ding. It's hilarious, actually. So, hey, Anne Marie, how you doing? Oh, you'd like to thank you for your session in progress. Well, thank you, Jesse. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a cup of coffee, but I think I drank it all. Okay, so thought you missed it. No, I'm just running late. I'm just running real late. Okay, so I want to talk about something. You guys, I talked about this on my Spreaker about these two nitwit snowflake girls holding a sign up. And the sign was just, I saved it here somewhere. The sign says, if Mary had an abortion, we wouldn't be in this mess. Well, last night I said I'm going to talk about this, and I'm going to. Let's just get this out of the way because it plumb pissed me off. I'm not going to lie to you. It's the most disgusting thing because the Mary that brought to mind just as soon as I read this was the mother of Jesus Christ. And I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have it at all. Matter of fact, it upset me and it really upset Donna a lot. because it's the most disgusting thing I could ever see put on a deal. It ranks right up there with Schumer and not Schumer, but Cuomo signing the bill that you can have an abortion up onto the day you're having a baby. You know, what is wrong with people nowadays? What is wrong with people? I'm completely dumbfounded at the ignorance level that's being perpetrated within our own culture. I really am. And here's one of my things. I don't understand where the ignorance is coming from. Maybe it's just me, ladies and gentlemen, but the ignorance is coming pretty deep. It's coming in waves and droves, and I don't understand it. I really don't. So, and I asked Donna Joe to do the show with me tonight because I want her perspective on this. What she thought about that sign being held by them two women. So when she comes in here, I'd love for her to tell you her opinion on that. You know, the media has perpetrated the lie factor. Now, did it start with the media? The lie factor start with the media? Oh, yeah. But it also started back when Clinton was in office. You know, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I'm telling this generation right now, it's okay to lie if you're the president because you won't get in trouble. And I'm a firm believer that's what Clinton did. He pretty much told the entire world that as long as you're in a position of power, you're not going to get in trouble for telling lies. And he told this to a young generation that was growing up watching him and that was respecting him. Well, I think that started the whole cycle there, and we're paying for it now with ignorance that's like this. So, but anyway, I want Donna Joe to come in here if she would and tell you guys her opinion on this. Donna? Okay, she says she's coming. So, yeah, the devil does have a hold on their souls. I mean, that's for damn sure. And Faye says people is giving up on Trump, and that's not right. They need to trust him because he's smart and one step ahead. He is. He's one step ahead. And yeah, the biggest thing, is I think the war on good and evil is full blown. Full blown. You're right, Carol. The devil has a hold on them, and they have sold their souls. I just don't understand it. Good, Anne Marie. I'm glad you made a few phone calls to Kumo's office today. You know, that's for damn sure. Because with what Kumo did and the sign these girls held up, it's got me plenty upset. I agree, Blanca. There's way too many people thinking that way. Now, we are not that generation at all. We're not.
No.
So I want Donna Joe to give you guys her opinion of that sign.
I hate when you put me on the spot.
I'm not putting you on the spot. I told you. I gave you advanced notice.
Well, we did talk about it a little bit this morning, you know.
And yesterday.
Well, was it yesterday we talked about it?
Yeah, yesterday.
And
because I did a Spreaker thing. I said I was going to do a Spreaker thing.
Yeah, you're right. And I guess I forgot it. It just, this whole thing, you know, the lack of their knowledge, you know, and they people just speak without thinking anymore. And I guess it's, I guess I'm having trouble forming words and sentences tonight, but people just do. They just have this knee-jerk reaction, and whatever comes into their head comes out their mouth without any regard to whether it's right or wrong or anything else. And I think that's what a lot of things are happening. I mean, these kids, I mean, they obviously took some sign, and I'm saying kids because smart thinking adults shouldn't be doing this sort of thing. And you know what, they're just stupid. I mean, as a lack of better words, they're just idiots. And if they were here, I'd probably slap them and tear that sign out of their hands and stomp all over it and act like a 2-year-old, because that's just how angry I am. It's almost, I just, when I first saw it, I wanted to just cry. I wanted to scream. I wanted to just wring their little necks or scrawny necks and think, what are you thinking? And are you just having a tantrum or what? But would I be stooping to their level? Probably.
Yeah.
Because I'm just that angry.
Yeah.
And for us to just be passive anymore, I can't do it.
Yeah, we can't be passive anymore at all. It's just like the caller we had call in. It's time for us to get off our ass and start kicking some butt and taking names.
We've all tried to do the legal thing and do it to where we've gone through the proper channels, and that's great. Absolutely. By all means, keep up with that. If that's all you can do, if you don't have the means to travel and go to these places and do those things that you want to do, then yeah, keep plugging away, keep making phone calls, keep writing letters to your senators, whatever you can do. But there are a lot of us who are very mobile, who could clip a few more coupons and maybe save a few more pennies and go to these rallies and just tell them how the cow ate the cabbage. You know what? I've been inundated this week. It's been a really, really crummy week at work. I'll be honest with you. And I've had it up to here. I'm tired of people. I'm tired of this entire generation. This 30-something millennialist, liberal, snowflake, hat-wearing idiots. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them thinking that they are so bloody entitled that they can come to work, be on the system, be married to illegals that aren't even in the state, can do whatever they want. They can call in sick when I know darn good and well they're not sick. And just leave the rest of it. And then when I cop an attitude, and yeah, I had a bad attitude today, evidently, because I wasn't happy. I don't blame you. I was pretty grumpy. I was the bad 7 dwarf today. And I really don't care. And when my boss gets back, she is sick. She does have pneumonia. I talked to her on the phone and she sounds really crappy. And I wish her to get speedy recovery, because let me tell you what, people don't have integrity anymore. And I guess that's what it is. When I purposely question how they've spent their day, have they used their time properly? Have they done what they're supposed to do in their allotted time? And they have less work to do than I do. I mean, I had an entire floor to do, and these girls didn't.
You got to remember something. She is the one who trained these people.
And that's what's got me irked.
And they think they're entitled over what she knows. Now, Donna Jo, you have cleaned you've actually cleaned houses.
Yeah. For
27 years.
Well, I've been cleaning houses since I was old enough to push a dust.
But I mean, as a business.
As a business, I had my own business when I was in Michigan. My biggest house had 9 bathrooms, people. I know my stuff.
She does. And they put her in charge of training these people. Well, these 30-something-year-olds think they don't have to listen to her. There's not shortcuts when you're cleaning a hospital. There's not. And for them to come at her with all this pity poor me bullshit.
That's exactly what it is.
Because they don't want to do something. You know, it's just like Jerry C here. It says kids are taught to do and say whatever they feel.
Mm-hmm.
They have no recourse for what they do. Well, the cow's going to come home, and you're going to have to answer for the stuff you do. And with what Donna Joe does, and she is actually a team leader, so it's
I don't
her.
have the title, but I train these people, and I know how to do this. And for them to totally disregard, and I see that in my everyday work ethics. I see these girls, and it just makes me angry, and I just want to grit my teeth and pinch them. You know, I really just want to pinch their nose and say, really? Are you seriously going to claim that paycheck? Because you did half of the job or less than that. They spend more time in this day and age trying to figure out how to get away with doing less work than they actually do work.
Yeah.
And it's like, boy, talk about lazy. And I see the exact same mentality on all of these Facebook posts, on all these marches, and these people acting like idiots, you know, and they're wearing their little hats that look like lady parts. And, you know, these people there, it's like, how far can I push the envelope? Well, keep pushing me and I'm going to beat your butt. I'm going to treat you exactly like I would my kids.
Kevin Matern says, well, don't you know they are entitled? You're entitled to it. I'll tell you what you're entitled to.
You are not entitled.
I'm going to show you what you're entitled to.
What makes them boot up the butt? Hey.
A size 12 double E puts square dead in your ass so hard, you have to go to the ER to get it pulled out.
I doubt the doctors would even do that. But what makes them entitled? What makes kids today? And these are kids. And I'm not saying that it's exclusively children, because I see a lot of adults. I see people my age whose cheese has done slid off their cracker, people. I mean, seriously. And it makes me think, what the heck? You know, I just don't understand it. And I'm finding that the more I voice my opinion, and I'm getting very vocal at work, and I really have to tell you, I just don't care anymore. I have never in my entire life been that type of person to be this vocal, to be this abrasive about something. But by golly, when I believe in something, I have an opinion.
Do you guys remember the people that's been with us the entire time we've been doing these shows? 2 years ago. Y'all remember when Donna Joe started this? How timid she was, how she really thought about things before she said them.
Well, I still do.
Yeah.
I do. But I'm not.
Now she knows what it's like to tell somebody how the cow ate the cabbage.
I don't have a problem. And I still cling to my beliefs. I cling to the way I was brought up. I am raised to be exactly the way I am. Pure and simple. My parents did a really great job teaching me to be thoughtful, kind, considerate, to put others first above myself, period. And I'm still like that. But I've had enough. I feel like we are all being just ramrodded, bulldozed. I mean, shot over the bow, whatever you want to call it.
It's like we're sick. They think we're 16-year-olds, or it's like they're acting like they're 16-year-olds. Remember when their kids turn 16, they think they know everything.
Oh yeah, they sure do.
You know, it's just like Jody. She said she's an RN. She had to stop working at the hospital. People just don't care, and it's incredibly sad.
Yeah,
it is. It is incredibly sad. But what's really nice is she got a note today, or a card, or whatever you call it, from an actual RN. And that was thanking her for her trying to stay positive, for her ability to do the job the best she can. And that speaks volumes when the nurses at the hospital sees what she does every single day. Now, I look at those girls on the picture. Ladies and gentlemen, I will guarantee you 10 years worth of wages, they couldn't hold a candle to her. in any way, shape, or form.
And I mean, don't do that. I'm not.
It's just work, and I guarantee you, they don't work.
No, they probably don't. They have too much unanswered time on their hands, and there is no accountability anymore. That kind of thing is left. People are left to their own devices. We don't make children work. We don't make children be accountable for their actions, for their words, for their deeds, for their or the lack thereof as well. You know, I had chores. We talked about this. I don't remember who I talked about it with today, but we talked about children having chores. And how many of you still make your kids do chores? Seriously.
I did chores and I didn't get paid.
No, I didn't either. I did
there
chores.
was no allowance.
No,
your allowance was you got to eat.
And you got to live there.
Yeah.
And you were part of a family. And it's almost like I don't understand it, people. Where have we, and I'm talking me, where have we gone wrong in this generation of raising this 20, 30-something-year-old millennialist children? And I still call them children because they're not acting like adults. They're making very wrong choices still. And these are choices that's going to follow them. Trust me, the next employer is going to look these people up. You can Google any and everybody in the world anymore and find out their political beliefs, their sexual orientation, their marital status, where they live, what's their favorite anything by what they post on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, 3 years ago, I was in not such a good spot. I'll be real honest with you. Went through a really bad, rough part. And I look back now at my memories, you know how they pop up? And they really were not the best part of my life. And a lot of people do the exact same thing. They take to Facebook and they share their opinions. They share their beliefs, their anger, their disgust with people. And it's unfortunate, but you can see a lot in a person's life by what they post on Facebook or any of the social medias. And that's what's going on. These kids are wanting their 15 minutes of fame and they're going about it the wrong way. What they did was blasphemous. They have no idea what they said. They have a total disregard. They were probably raised in some of the most affluent homes, the best Christian homes available that any kid would have been, I would have loved to have been raised in. But look at how they're doing. This is a rebellious thing. This is a cry for help, if you will. These kids are lost, and they're lost eternally. Eternally, if they don't get their boat going the right direction.
Right.
But
you know, and I look at this, and it's a shame. It really is a shame. Carolyn Diver says the nuclear families are disappearing. You remember the nuclear families?
Where you had a mom and a dad. Mom stayed at home. Mom was there when you got off school. Go change your clothes was usually the first thing you heard when you walked in the door, whether you walked to and from school or whether you got off the school bus. Go change your clothes. You know, do your homework, do your chores, then get outside and play.
Yeah. You know, my biggest thing is I look at this. What we do for a living, like what I did today. Yeah, it's hard.
Don't let him kid you, folks. He had a ball today. Between him and the dog, I don't know who's having a better day.
A little bit got to eat a lot today.
Well, of course.
But, you know, it goes back to say, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. So, yeah, I love what I do. But not everybody can do it because it is hard. It's aggravating. Cattle, at times, are not the smartest critters. I guarantee you that. Especially when you got a bunch of babies running around and the mamas they're like a chicken with their head cut off. You know, it's aggravating. But I look at what I do and she does on a daily basis. It's a shame because when I was growing up, people wanted to do that. People wanted to work. People wanted to help you. And it's not that way anymore. It's not that way. You know, everything on the internet nowadays has turned to
trash.
Hell in a handbasket.
It's trash.
You know, if it's not the lies, if it's not the politics, if it's not the negativity, if it's not the disgusting things, with the one thing that pisses me off is to see people killing animals. And she'll tell you that is not a good thing with me. Somebody sent her a video the other day of a baby sitting in a high chair getting slapped. And I watched about 2 seconds of it. I heard a couple bam, 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 and I looked over and I don't watch it, don't watch it, don't watch it. And she kept watching it and it pissed me off.
Well, they actually said that they found the person who was responsible for that, and that's good. In some cases, social media can be wonderful, you know, to ask for prayers for somebody, that sort of thing. It's great. But there is so much bad out there. And I was always taught that, you know, let's try to look at the brighter side. Well, you know what, people, I don't feel like my brighter side is even showing anymore. I feel like it has been smothered because of everything else out there, regardless of how much I try to be a good person, to let my light shine, to let my values dictate my life. I feel like I am overshadowed by some of these other kids. And yeah, I'm lumped into a group of people at work. And it's unfortunate, but I'm lumped into this group. And I'll be honest with you right now, I think they'd close us down. You know, if they could just see, we are in such dire need of help at the hospital that I think they'd shut us down. And I may not have a job tomorrow when I go to for saying that, but such is life.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. We have somebody brand new tonight, Sharon Gray, just joining in for the first time tonight. Welcome, Sharon. Absolutely. We hope this isn't the last time you can join us.
Well, thank you for joining us, Sharon.
Feel free to share and
that reminds me, guys, like and share, share. Invite everybody you know, everybody you love, everybody you don't like, and everybody you hate, and damn sure invite every liberal that you can ever think of.
I get to thinking, you know, sometimes maybe that's what it is that we sometimes I think we need to steer away from inviting those that maybe are a little bit on the fence of how we think and how we do things, and we don't quite see eye to eye. But then again, you know, it's kind of nice to have that diversity and the conversation, even if it's a little confrontational and argumentative, you know, because who knows, maybe they'll learn something and we'll be able to sway them, you know.
You know, and it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder.
Well, like we were talking the other day about the parable of the sower, you know, and the different soil types that, you know, seed was sown on. And who knows, just by somebody chiming in and watching for a few minutes, you know, maybe it'll cast some doubt into what they're doing or what they're contemplating doing with their friends, and you know, that sort of thing, and maybe thinking that's really not a good idea.
Now, for you new folks that don't know who we are, we're just plain old everyday country folks. We don't live in a big city. We live, matter of fact, it takes us 20 to 30 minutes to get to town. We live out here on,
depending on how late for work I am.
We're leasing 100 acres. We live in a 100-year-old house that we're renting. We raise cattle and horses, and you know, we got chickens, of course, then ghosts and a little bit, but we're just common folk. That's it. We're just common folks. There's nothing special about us. Ladies and gentlemen, we are your everyday country people. That's it. I don't have a college education. She doesn't have a college education. I am a veteran. She's not. There's nothing special about us at all, other than the fact that I will tell you what I think, and I just don't care. Because there's times I say things, but they need to be said the way I said them. but that's the way I think.
And let me tell you what, sometimes he says something and it's almost like, I'm going to get soap and wash that out of your mouth.
My deal is, though, we have gotten away from critical thinking. We have gotten away from brutal honesty, and we've gotten away from being right and knowing what's wrong and accepting the fact that you screwed the pooch. Now it's time for you to pay the piper. And I don't have a problem with that at all. I'm so damn brutally honest, I even hurt myself at times. And that's okay. You know, I'm 54 years of age, and I don't need somebody to hold my damn hand or wipe my butt or tell me to zip my pants up. I don't need that crap. I outgrew it. I don't run around saying, oh, I need my man room, because I don't. I don't need a man cave. She don't need a woman cave. My God, you're an adult. If you got to have a room where you got to go into to do your thing, like watch your football games or watch your sports, and you don't want nobody else around, this is just my opinion, and it's going to piss you guys off, but that's okay, because I'm Mr. Brutally Honest, and I just don't give a damn. If you're married, you don't need a man cave at all. You have a wife. You might have children. They might want you to spend some time with them. So get out of the damn room.
Well, over here, people take these really great little sheds, and they're called she sheds. And women turn them into little sewing rooms, if you will. And I don't care what you say. That is the first man cave, if you will. Women had a place where they could go and sew. You know, I had a sewing room.
Well, I understand that, because you don't want everyday crap in there.
Exactly. I don't want the cat tangling up my threads and getting her paws all sewn into my quilt and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, those things are okay. And I like the she sheds. So, but it is what it is, you know, and we have to be able. I think our country has gotten so far left that we've forgotten basic principles. We've forgotten what's important in this nation. We've forgotten what this country was founded upon. It's not the latest and greatest technology. Although, I mean, some countries are very wealthy and affluent because of that. But
what happens if something happens and all goes down?
Well, then you're SOL.
Yeah.
You know, and which is kind of sad. You guys all probably know, and you've heard me say this before, that I listen to YouTube or I listen to news while I'm working. I'm lucky enough to be able to do that. And I hear a lot of discussion on that sort of thing. What happens if the grids go down? We are vulnerable people. We are all vulnerable. Not only small towns, but big towns especially. And we need to be thinking about that. We need to get back to some old-fashioned values.
Yeah.
And you remember when you were kids, and maybe some of you can relate to this. If you did something wrong at school, by the time you got home, you got 3 or 4 whippings for it.
Yeah.
You know, seriously, people knew, and you felt bad. You felt like oh my goodness, everybody knows that I picked a fight with Susie Q or whatever, or I threw a rock and I don't know, did something naughty, but people got after you, and it was okay.
Oh yeah, it didn't matter who it was.
No, I mean, and it really did. That old saying, it takes a village to raise the children. Well, maybe we need to get back to that.
You know, I remember one time when I was a kid, I got a truck and I went down on Polk Street there in Amarillo.
I don't know where that's at.
Well, I know. But I went down on Polk Street and I was squealing my tires. I told you this one.
You told me this story, yes.
I woke up in the morning and my truck was sitting on cinder blocks. How in the hell they know I was squealing my tires? You know, but that's what it used to be. You know, and here's my thought on a man cave. And this is my last thought on it. Every house that I know of has a toilet. And I remember back in the day when the toilet used to be called the throne. because a man would go in there and read or do whatever he wanted to do in there. That's your man cave, as far as I'm concerned. Because if you're in a relationship, there should not be any separation. If you have to have separation in a marriage, then there's something wrong. If you have to have separation, putting who to sleep?
You
ain't putting me to
face
sleep.
says looks like you're going to sleep.
No. I actually just like to lean back in this chair. It's comfortable as hell. Where did we get this chair?
It was given to you.
Oh, my mom.
No.
Well, what?
No.
Who?
Stephen Lynn.
Stephen Lynn.
Stephen and Lynn from the Crossbar.
Oh.
In the desk.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I have mine like steel trap.
Yeah, she does. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about the man cave thing. But yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done with the millennial bullshit.
Yeah.
Hi,
Debbie.
So anyway, this is 8:30 at night. This show is usually 2 hours long, but since I had a late start, we're not going 2 hours, ladies and gentlemen. And I heard something about somebody was arrested. I can't remember who it was. Somebody with Trump's people, but they showed up there. And the kicker of it is they showed up with like 60 FBI agents, all had weapons. Plus, huh?
I'm talking to myself, don't mind me.
Plus, CNN was there.
CNN was actually there a full hour before the FBI came down.
No shit.
Yes, that was the news clip I was listening to earlier.
Now, I did have a question today. Is there a coup going on? Yeah. Does a monkey eat bananas? Yes, there's a coup going on. Roger Stone. That's right.
Thank you, Jeff. I couldn't remember that.
Thank you, Redcon 1. Roger Stone, yes. Why in the hell did they go arrest him anyway? It's bullshit. You know, Mueller.
I always think of, never mind, go ahead.
His dad was a Nazi. Okay, so we know this. His dad was a Nazi. That's public record. Mueller, if you remember right, when Trump first took office, all the Democrats wanted Mueller gone. They said he was nothing. He never did his job. He needs to be fired. All of a sudden, he's put in charge of this special committee that ain't found deadly shit out on the president of the United States. So now he's arresting people on paying whores and doing backroom deals that the president's not involved in. Okay, so now they go arrest Roger Stone, who was never campaigning with the president at all. Never. He was his man of confidant. But Roger Stone, it's a well-known fact, he never went anywhere with the president. Now, the funny part is his attorney said, what the hell, all you had to do was call, he would come down.
Yeah, he wasn't a threat. He wasn't, somebody that's going to put up a fuss or a fight or, go postal and, shoot everybody up. He's not that type of person.
But where I'm going with this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, if you think about it, for well over a year and a half, okay, there has been a coup happening in our country. And now that Pelosi is Speaker of the House again, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, there is a hell of a coup going on right now. If you don't believe me, open your eyes and pay attention and read the definition of a coup. It is happening in our own country. But here's the good thing. Our president knows this. He knows there's a coup going on. The art of the deal. Okay. There's a coup going on to take out the president. But there's not a coup to take out the businessman. The businessman is our president. The businessman is playing a game of chess right now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even think that old Russian guy could beat him at it.
I had a thought after I got done listening to this at work, and give me your guys' intake on this, or your outtake, or whatever. What your 2 cents worth is on that. Remember when you used to be your 2 cents worth? Anywho, do you think they're starting at the bottom? You know, you always get the easiest catch. You don't go for the kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
You start at the bottom, and you get all the.
They're catching the minnows and that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And then you go to the next person and you figure you offer the best deals. And finally, you're going to get to somebody who's going to spill the beans. Someone who's very close to that person that you want indicted. And they're going to do that. They're cleaning house is what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and he's just the skimming off the top.
Well, here's the question. Whose ass are they covering?
Well,
by going after the president. Whose butt are they covering? Are they covering for Hillary? Are they covering for Barack? Are they covering for Mike, i.e. Michelle?
I think.
Are they covering for, Bill? Are they covering for Reid, Pelosi, Schumer?
I think like we've all been saying, the swamp.
Mm-hmm. They're covering for themselves.
There's a bunch of garbage in the swamp and it's all decaying, and like I said, you start at the top and you skim away till you get to the bottom where you can pull the plug, and you're going to get to that one source, that one person, whether it's Hillary or Bill or the Obamas or whoever it is. This is a start. This is what we've all been asking for, the American public. Drain the swamp. I think this is the beginning of it.
Brett brings up a really good point. It's the play from the book, President's Men. Did you ever read that?
No, no.
Or did you watch it?
I watched it.
And you're exactly right. You're exactly right, Brett. It really is from the president, all President's Men.
Yeah.
And that's the funny part. But there is a coup going on in our own country right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are we, the American people, going to do about the coup? Can we stop the coup? In all honesty, can we stop the coup from trying to take over our president and our country? You guys tell us in the comments, do you think we can stop the coup? And tell us how we're going to stop the coup. I want to hear from you guys. So let us know, okay? What do you think?
I was just reading some of the comments, and I have to agree with all of them. In some form or another, they're all correct in what we've all been saying all along. And I really believe that, Jeff, I think we do need to take up arms. I think we need to lock arms. Not only lock and load, but I think we need to lock arms and stand in unison against this kind of stuff. And I don't even mean necessarily figuratively, but I mean literally as well. To show that their solidarity. I mean, I grew up and lived just down the road. I literally walked past on my way to school when I was a kid, the area in Flint where the original sit-down strike was for General Motors. The whole thing. I literally knew old men who were part of that sit-down strike. And they joined together. They made a statement, and they did it for the right reasons. I realized that the union over time had gotten some bad information and bad reputation and done some things that were a little unethical and stuff like that. But they did good. And I think that's what we need to do. We need another sit-down strike, if you will, and show support for those of like mind against this other group of people, the Nancy Pelosi's, the Harry Reids, the Muellers, that sort of thing.
Jason Hawk says, if we unite and storm the Democratic Senate floor and arrest the politicians and refresh the Tree of Liberty, Wolverines.
Sweet.
If we're going to storm, in all honesty, if we're going to storm the Senate, we need to storm the House. Because trust me, there is a lot of treason being done on both sides. of the House and both sides of the Senate. And it's not just the Democrats, it's the Republicans too. And that's a shame.
Yeah.
That is a shame. You know, and I really hate to see that. I really do. Because that just goes to prove, ladies and gentlemen, they don't give a shit about us. They really don't. They don't care about us in any way, shape, or form. You know, Brett says we need to stop the money. Okay. Yeah, we need to stop the money flow in the swamp. That is a major factor. And the money flow in the swamp comes from all over the world, though.
How do we do that, though? I mean, in all honesty, we pay these people salary. And in what course of action do we do? I mean, we can't just say, oh, well, we're not going to pay our taxes. So, you know, oh, well, you're out of luck. You don't get a paycheck this week. It doesn't work that way. How can we change that? What do we got to do to change that?
Well, we got to do something. That's for damn sure. Like Jason's, holy crap. Wow. I didn't do nothing. It just, wow.
All of a sudden.
Jason said we will not recognize this country in 5 years. And I agree. If we don't do something, we're not going to recognize our own country, ladies and gentlemen. We're not. So is it time for us to get off our ass and do something?
Passed.
You know, okay. Jason Pedigo says legislators cannot be arrested when Congress is in session, except for treason and other high crimes. Trust me, there is treason charges and other high crimes that we can bring upon them. But as soon as session's over with, we can take them down.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's called citizen's arrest. It is viable in the Republic of the United States of America. Really?
Kitty. Oh, be nice. Grumpy Gus. She's just a kid.
And they can be taken down. They can.
Just a baby kitty.
So, yeah, we're fighting the ruling class. And we need to fight the ruling class just like we did in 1776.
Yep.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee you, it's time to start coming to fisticuffs. You know, I watched a video yesterday of the Proud Boys. They were at a march and they had on the pink hat, but they said the pink hat said "Make America Great Again." Well, Antifa was following them, so they finally stopped and they went and confronted them. Said, "You're gonna get your ass whooped. What the hell's wrong with you, men following men? What is wrong with you, men following men and making these snarky little things? Well, hit me. Go ahead, hit me, and I'll call the police on you."
Oh, are you kidding? Let me.
Well, he's nicer than me because I would have jacked his jaw.
Yeah.
You know, because if a man's going to follow me and he's going to talk the talk and act like a big dog, you want to see a 265-pound big dog come unloose on you? I don't have a problem with that. You get into my face and start doing that kind of stuff, ladies and gentlemen, we need to get back to where man is a man. Screw this toxic masculinity crap.
Isn't that the truth? I'm so sick of that. I see people like that, and I literally almost want to laugh when I see them. And I know I'm probably asking to get slapped. I know I'm asking to get slapped, but you know what? Once upon a time, I'd have decked your butt for something like that. Mm-hmm. You know, and I probably have had it up to here enough to where I might do it again. You hit me and I'm likely to hit you back.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't. Jerry says trying to intimidate. Yeah. I'm sorry.
You know, my problem is I don't intimidate very well.
Go ahead and hit me with that little powder puff.
I've been in plenty of scraps in my life, more than one different kind of scrap, so I don't intimidate very easy. You know, after you get rifles pointing at you and bullets flying by you, you don't intimidate very easy. And I've had my ass whooped by big guys and little guys, so bring it on, Buttercup. Yep. I'm your Huckleberry.
I love that. Everybody, Jason was asking, does anybody follow QAnon? Yes. there's probably not many people on here who've not listened or followed or paid attention in some way or fashion. So yes, Jason, we do.
And it's like Jason's here says, we do not arrest with the police. We, the people, arrest on behalf of we, the people. Mm-hmm. Exactly. No ifs, ands, buts about it. You know what? And they said, well, we got to have this and this to go arrest somebody. Bullshit. Read up on it. And yes, when we go after the senators and the representatives, you have documentation. It's like John Kerry. Anybody can go arrest John Kerry right now for one thing: violation of the Logan Act. Mm-hmm. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He can be arrested once his happy ass gets back in America. That's all there is to it.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think that's why I'm thinking we're starting at the bottom and we're working our way up to the bigger fish. I really firmly believe that. I think this is the beginning of something really great. And you know what? So what the media knew about it? The media is going to fabricate anything. And who's going to say that the media didn't fabricate this anyhow? But I'm just saying, if we have to start somewhere, at least we're starting, is a very good thing.
Yeah. Can Nancy, Faye asked, can Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer be fired? You damn right they can. And I'll tell you exactly how they can be fired.
We need history lessons, evidently, civic lessons.
Here's how you fire them. It's very simple. Even a blind man can do it. You go read your state's constitution. Your state's constitution tells you how the recall vote will happen. You get the signatures within your state to do a recall of that person. Guess what? You can fire them.
But is that, or is it not just on your state level?
They're a representative of that state. Correct. So it has to be done in that state. People from that state have to do the recall. Then that person can be fired. Here's the kicker. Once that person is fired, then the president of the United States can replace that person with a person of his choice, or the state can replace him.
Well, I'm sure, President.
What was she doing? But see, that's the kicker. So yes, it can be done. It can be done. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So yeah, Faye, it can be done. Hell, I forgot those running right there. So yeah, it can be done. You just got to look at your state's constitution, and it tells you how to do a recall vote. Or go recall Nancy Pelosi, go recall Chuck Schumer, and vote them out of office, i.e. fire them, and then elect somebody to take their place.
Rochelle says you can read your constitution online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you sure can.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing? This super highway that we're all on, you can Google anything and find out anything. The information. Only thing I worry about is Google rewriting things that they want me to read.
Yeah.
Just saying, folks.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Exactly. Folks, I got the PayPal up there. If you guys like the show, you like what we're doing, you like how we're changing things around, donate to us. Help us out, donate, support, help us out, help us so we can continue growing, because we're trying to make this show better. We're trying to reach out to a lot more people. I would love it if we could take Redcon One Media and the Patriotic Rancher, Mr. Brutally Honest pages on Facebook. We already got over 10,000 likes and followers on Redcon One Media. I'd love to have that on the Patriotic Rancher, Mr. Brutally Honest, but we're trying to make both of these things grow. And I would love to have 50,000 of each on both of them. And when people say, well, what do I get when I send in my support and my donation? Well, what you're doing, ladies and gentlemen, you're helping us get better equipment. You're helping us be able to change things, be able to bring you a better show is what you're doing. You know, this stuff takes a long time to put together. Tonight, we're just kind of going off the hip.
We're rogue tonight.
That's it. Because as you guys know, when I started, I just got home from working cattle all day. And we do not have internet on our phones, do we?
Nope.
When we're not around wireless.
Nope.
She has wireless at the hospital. We got wireless at the house. Anywhere in between, we don't have internet. And we don't have TV.
Yeah, I have to listen to things at work.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Yeah, g'day, mate. How are you? Happy Australia Day?
Don't just let that accent.
Hey, Brett, how's it going?
Oh, mate, every day above ground's a good day. Every day is blessed. No matter what it brings you, it's still a blessed day.
Exactly.
There you go. There you go.
Attitude.
So what do you know?
You know, well, I know a lot, and I know very little, but look, I mean, the problem you've got, the problem we've all got, and this is worldwide, and especially in the two-party system and the governments around the world, is there is no accountability. Now, look, we all need to take down the deep state. We all need to take down corrupt politicians. We all need to take down people that are in charge of government positions, whether it be local, state, federal, or whichever. And until we can hold them accountable, I mean, look, we can rally, we can do things, but if you always notice, they go and hide behind something. They hide behind some clause, or they deny everything. What is needed is a body, and I've been saying this in Australia, what is needed is a body of everyday people like you and me, everyday voters. And you can have some Democrats, you can have some Republicans, you can even have some independents.
Mm-hmm.
Make it fair. But there needs to be a body that can turn to any politician that is collecting taxpayers' money, and they can be held accountable. So, you know, if Pelosi is doing what she's doing, this particular body can go, no, you can't do this. You either fix this or you lose your money.
There you go.
You know, that's it. You don't get paid. And this is what we need. We need the voice back for the people. And I honestly believe Uncle Donald would be the sort of guy, like a judicial watch, but more severe, where you can freeze assets. You can go after these lobby groups and go, I'm sorry, that's inappropriate. No, you can't fund it. And this is what we need, because if we can't hold them accountable, it's just going to keep going on and on, because they've got endless money, they've got endless power. And at the end of the day, unless everybody turned around and said, we're not paying taxes, we're not giving you another cent, you know, stuff yourselves, nothing's going to happen. And you can keep going on about voting them in, but you know and I know that, you know, you get somebody who's a nice person and everything else, you vote them in, but once they get the money waved under their nose, once they know that they can get all this money just corrupts. And it even corrupts some of the greatest people, some of the strongest people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's human nature.
Exactly. You know, and this is going to be a short one, Brett, and I really am sorry about that. Man, I'd love to. When the hell are you coming to Oklahoma?
Sorry?
When are you coming to Oklahoma?
I'm hoping to be there in the next 2 months, and mate, because I can drive, I can herd sheep and cattle and stuff like that, so I'll come up and give you a hand.
There you go. You got your mate to work with.
Oh, be careful what you wish for.
Hey, no, I've done driving. I've done cattle driving in Australia. I've done sheep driving. Hey, I like sitting on a horseback. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a cassette player or a radio, but you can deal with that. But no, I mean, I like the sort of life back to the bush. But I'm hoping to be over in the next 2 months. At the moment, I'm taking to court the corporation I work for. I've got my car on the market, which is going to fetch me a good price. And, you know, I just keep fighting because, you know, one thing about having the Anzac spirit, which is Australian New Zealand Army Corps, but being an ex-digger and having that spirit in your veins, you know, you never give up, you never give in, and you never lose your faith. always keep your faith. No matter what happens, always keep your faith because things change.
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
You know what? I have one thing to say, Brett, before
Sure.
we let you go. You know, you talked about money corrupting people. You know, here's our
Correct.
president, one of the most wealthiest men in our nation, one of our most wealthiest. And look at the integrity this man has. He's not taken a penny of salary. He's donated everything, documented to very worthy causes. But he's not let all that power and money go to his head. He maintained, this man's got some integrity. And I love that he was able to be one of the richest men that, you know, he's not a Rockefeller, but he might be as wealthy as they are. But this man's got some smarts to him, you know? So it's...
Well, he's a businessman, Donna, and I'll tell you what, he took, the difference is you've got one in a million type man running your country. He took an oath of office to serve the American people. And the beautiful thing is, he's sticking to his word. He's not serving the American politicians. He's not serving the Republican Party or the Democrat Party. He is serving the American people. And people are going to wake up, and all these leftists and these libtards and millennials and all the rest of it.
Yes.
Wake up. You've got to realize you're still living in the country that you're whinging about.
Exactly.
The stupidity of it.
Let me pack you a bag, buddy. You know, it's what you want to say to him, isn't it?
Right.
Oh, no, you just want to slap him into reality. And look, I'll let you guys go, and I know you're tired, Chris, and God bless you and Donna and everybody in here. Look, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to wake people up, and we're going to find ways. We've got to find ways in the system to use against them.
Exactly.
Because the best way to defeat your enemy is to use your own weapon.
Exactly. Use your smarts. Use this.
All right. Thanks, Brett. Call in anytime.
You too. Take care. God bless.
All right. Adios, mate.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, I love when Brett calls.
I love that accent.
Okay, folks, we're getting down to the last few minutes here. Faye said she's having problems with notifications. Faye, you're not the only one. A lot of people are having a hell of a time with notifications.
I don't get half my notifications.
Yeah, she don't either.
You think I'm in the same house? It will, you know, I have to literally go through my Facebook notifications and look through there when I know it's going to be time. That's it, Faye.
Right.
I'm not getting, you know, I click the bell and everything else. And like I said, I know when he's going to do one and I still have to go looking for my notification. Sad, ain't it?
It's pretty shitty. You know, and they're doing it to Redcon One Media. They're doing it to the Patriotic Rancher, Mr. Brutally Honest. They're doing it to everybody. It's not just us, ladies and gentlemen. They're doing it to everybody. So constantly check your notifications. Make sure you click on the bell. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get with Sarge on Redcon One Media, and I'm going to see if he can post a schedule on the Facebook page, you know, pin it up there where everybody can see it all the time, and it has a schedule of all the shows when they're supposed to be. And I do know that Big Sarge is working on an internet site. It hasn't come together just yet, I don't think, but he's working on one. But Redcon One Media has a YouTube page. We have a YouTube page. What the hell's our YouTube? Mr. Brutally Honest Show is on our YouTube. It's Mr. Brutally Honest Show. I'm going to be changing the name of it to the Patriotic Ranchers Show. But yeah, you can go on to YouTube and you can find Redcon One Media and Mr. Brutally Honest, but that's going to be changed over to the Patriotic Ranchers Show. So yeah, we're on there, and you can go look us up right now. If you go on YouTube, just click in Mr. Brutally Honest, and I'm putting stuff on there. Plus, we just started Spreaker. So if you like Spreaker, which is audio only, go look us up, Redcon One Media on Spreaker, and go look up the Patriotic Mr. Brutally Honest Patriotic Rancher on Spreaker, and that way you can hear our audio rants. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we need everybody to join us everywhere we can. and we got a lot of stuff we're trying to do and go from there. So yeah, and like I said, you know, somebody just came up with another idea, another raffle.
Oh, okay.
Another raffle. If you guys want us to do another raffle to help the Patriotic Rancher or Red Con One Media, let us know. You know, I would love to do it. I had a lot of fun doing that last raffle. That is how we got this computer.
Yes.
Is by doing the raffle. And I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, you guys dug down and helped us out as much as you could, and I appreciate that. I really do. You know, so yeah, I'm not against.
I loved all the camaraderie and the very loving little bickering. No, I'm getting it. No, I'm getting it. Face that.
Oh, on the flag blanket.
The blanket, yes.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. So you guys be sure share this, like it,
yes,
and invite anybody and everybody. And I hate to say it, but you're going to have to possibly let other people know when we go live. I hate to say it, but that's probably what you're going to do, especially if the notifications are not going out.
Jason said, Facebook will go and remove people, silly girl, remove people from page notifications. You need to check back the page often and verify the settings. Thanks, Jason. We will do that. And I have to do it.
What the hell was that?
I have not a clue. Facebook, sorry. I mentioned F-book.
I can't believe it just did that.
Oh, I do. No. All
right.
Telling.
So we're going to shut this down. That's right, Eric. It's that time of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless you. God bless the people of the Republic of the United States of America. You know, we appreciate you guys being here with us every day. We couldn't do this without you. So we thank you.
Truly.
We thank you. You know, and from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate all of your kind words. I even appreciate the bad words because it just gives me more drive. It really does. So keep them coming. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good night. It's been a long day. And what is today? Friday?
Friday.
I will see you Sunday at noon Eastern Time, 11 Central Time, 10 Pacific Time, 9 Pacific Time, 10 Mountain Time. On Sunday. That's in the morning, folks. That's in the morning. So anyway, the last thing I got to say is this. If you sit on a wooden fence too long, you're going to get splinters in your butt. So get your ass up, pull them out, put your feet forward, never go backwards. And let's take our republic back. Because by God, if we don't, it's just like Jason Hawk said, we ain't going to recognize our own country in 5 years. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get off your derriere and do something about it. We love you. And as Donna Joe says,
grow where you're planted, people. Make a difference.
And we'll see y'all later. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for being here. See y'all Sunday. Bye-bye.